Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So the fallout from the presidential debate over last week, is still being felt. And the Democrats are still trying to, I think, what we call splain their way out of Joe Biden's performance. And this here article I came across my wire just validates that. This is from the Politico.com, and it reads, Democrats shift the blame on Biden's debate performance. 3 days after the disastrous debate, Dems are passing the buck on Biden's poor performance. That's another thing, another flaw of the Democratic Party, the reason why people are just starting to wake up and say enough is enough. We see through all the smoke and mirrors. And it's the lack of accountability. That is a big problem in today's society. No one wants to take blame for their failures, but everybody wants credit for their successes. But what's crazy about this is, instead of just, hitting it head on, calling a spade, and just saying, hey, the man is too old to be out here trying to run the free world. Instead of saying that, they're trying to blame everyone else as to why he had a bad debate. But there's a point to all of this that they are, like I say, smoke and mirror, clouding up, covering up. There's a point that they're missing. And we'll get into that. This says Democrats are playing the blame game in the aftermath of Joe Biden's dismal debate. Top party members aren't denying the president had a bad night, but they're increasingly pointing to other factors beyond Biden's age or cognitive abilities to argue the president isn't to fault for his debate debacle, including that he was over-prepared, that CNN moderators didn't adequately fact-check Donald Trump, and that his most senior aides and advisors are responsible for the weak showing. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but didn't they have this man bunkered down at Camp David? Was it Camp David or whatever for like a week preparing for this debate? So was he, as they say, over-prepared in one part of the sentence, or did they not prepare him correctly, as it said in the end of the sentence? As my daughter would say, pick a struggle. You can't have both. Amazing. He said, I quote, I've been around these things. I've been a part of debate preparation before. And I know when I see what I call a preparation overload. Representative Jim Clyburn, the Democrat of South Carolina, what's wrong with the Carolinas and them people y'all have, told host Dana Bash on CNN State of the Union on Sunday. And that's exactly what was going on the other night. First of all, this man been in politics all his life, all his adult life. We're talking about Joe Biden, right? So and they're trying to say that he was not prepared to go against Donald Trump. How is this possible? How is it possible? And let's think about a boxing match, something that we all love to watch. And you can see two guys going at each other. And let's say one of the boxers is just dominating the other. Now they both know when the fight going to start. They both have the exact amount of time to prepare and to train. They both got the same. They both can watch film of the other fighters, some of the other performers, the other people that fought against them. They can even bring in sparring partners who can somewhat mimic the person that they're about to go against. And then you get in the ring and you just get mollywopped. So is that because you was over prepared, or you was underprepared, or is it that you just went against somebody who is just better at what he does? You could have trained all your life for this person and still wouldn't have beat him. Or you could have trained just one day for this person and whooped him just because you are better. But if you've been doing this your entire life, you've been a politician your entire life, you have debated. You have been in a couple of presidential debates. You have debated people. You have been in front of Congress, the White House, the Senate floor, all this to voice your opinion. Do we all remember back in the day when he got up there and he talked about how, he didn't want his kids to be mixed in with these, in the jungles of these pretty much black folk who got all these problems in their school. They want this school integration. Y'all, you remember that this dude has been out there at least since the 70s, at least probably before then. I heard debating and being in politics. So how in the heck can a seasoned politician not be Larry Holmes versus Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes versus Mike Tyson? Great examples. Muhammad Ali, heavyweight champion, they call him the greatest, came in, could hit fast, hit hard, talked a lot of noise, was a great champion. Lost a few times, won quite more. Goes against Larry Holmes, a guy he used to spar back in the day, or a guy used to spar him back in the day when he was training. Larry Holmes is now the man. Larry Holmes goes against Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's been boxing probably longer than Larry Holmes been alive. Larry Holmes is beating the brakes off of Muhammad Ali, but yet holding back, but yet it's boxing. Larry Holmes is begging and pleading for the ref in Muhammad Ali's corner to stop the fight, asking Muhammad Ali to sit down. Muhammad Ali would not do it. Muhammad Ali, I'm quite sure, prepared, because he's been boxing since he was, 12, 13 years old, prepared to fight Larry Holmes. Has even sparred against Larry Holmes before. So how in the world could Larry Holmes beat Muhammad Ali? Well, he was younger, he was stronger, he was quicker, and his mind was clearer. He was more witted. His mind was more intact than Muhammad Ali at that age. You can say the same thing about this Donald Trump and Joe Biden debate. Donald Trump, less political experience, but his mind was sharper and he was more quick-witted, and he learned how to play the game pretty quick and used Joe Biden to beat himself, allowed Joe Biden to beat himself. Trump didn't even have to exert any unnecessary energy to try to prove a point. It's like, shoot, he's gonna hurt himself. That's what a good fighter is going to do, is going to find a person's weakness and exploit that and let them beat themselves with their weakness. That's the same thing happened. And then when I say Larry Holmes and Mike Tyson, same thing. Larry Holmes was older, Mike Tyson was young, monster, hit hard, fast, quick, devastating blows. At the time was like probably one of the best boxers of all time. Just beat Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes tried, but it just wasn't in the cards. So no, don't want to hear nothing about this is over preparing. The man has been preparing all his life. He shouldn't even have to prepare that much anyway. And basically, I think what they were just trying to do was not prepare him for the issues. They were preparing him on how he was going to present the issues, because they know he can get up there and get the, what they say, stammering, rambling, stammering, and mumbling, stumbling, bubbling his words, which he ended up doing. Shifting blame from Biden to other issues started almost immediately after Thursday's debate began, when his campaign asserted that the president's hoarse voice and underwhelming start was due to a cold. Hell, at his age, he should have got some home. He's the president. Man should never get sick. He got the best health care in the world. You see how long Jimmy Carter lived? Jimmy Carter like 120 years old. Man, I don't want to hear that. But over the next few days, Democrats have kept finding more talking points to shift the discussion away from Biden, including that the president's accomplishments shouldn't be overshadowed by a 90-minute debate, and that Trump's performance, while stronger, was filled with lies and mischaracterizations. And I'm gonna skip down a little bit. It says a new CBS News poll found 72% of registered voters do not think Biden has the mental and cognitive health to serve as president after the debate. And that's the issue that I wanted to drive home with. These Democrats can talk all about this debate and everybody looking at the debate. But the thing is, when you see a debate, when you see a person out, regardless of what he's doing, hell, that man could have been out there planting a garden and fell and stumbled over the dirt. And we would have been like, oh, that man can't be president. And then the Democrats would have been like, well, what are you talking about? He just fell over. Nah, not the way he did that. Not the way he fell. No. He can't be president because that dude is looking like a bumbling fool. And that's the issue. It's about the aesthetics. It's about, like I said before in the previous video, your leader cannot go out there looking weak to the world, let alone the people that are voting for him. You can't do it because you know why? Because you set yourself up for unnecessary attacks. Whether your military or whoever can win them battles, it don't matter. Because why put your country in harm's way just because you don't want Donald Trump in? Well, that sounds like a personal problem, and you should have done something to make sure that besides trying to take him to court and have like 11 charges against him all over the country, you should have done something to make sure you had a Democrat that could run for president 4, 5, 6 years ago, who y'all knew could beat Donald Trump. Because let's just be honest. If the Democrats really wanted somebody else, that you could have won. I'm going to say like this, sir. You had a better chance of winning the presidency this year if you'd have put anybody but Kamala Harris, because nobody like Kamala Harris. Number one, you live in a country that's, what y'all call it, misogynist, but, that's racist, prejudice, and I guess you would say sexist when it comes to powers of position. It just is. It still is. You know what I'm saying? So Kamala Harris wasn't going to do it. Hell, if Hillary Clinton didn't get in, Kamala Harris would definitely not get voted for. But you could have had anybody run for president as a Democratic Party and probably would have beat Donald Trump. Probably would. But the way this looks, it's not promising. What else? Among registered Democrats, 41% of respondents said Biden doesn't have the mental rigor to be president, up from 29% in early June. Hell, that's like a month ago. But yet, you still are going to have people vote for President Biden. If you don't want to vote for Trump, which I get it, I understand. I mean, I've even said that if I had to choose between them two, and if I had to vote, just going to vote for Trump because, like I said, the aesthetics, number one, plays a big role. But if you don't want to vote for Trump, just go to the ballot box and just leave that box blank. Vote for everything else. You can vote for your local elections, your state elections, your Senate, your House representatives, whatever elections whatever comes around the way that you can vote for. You see competent people, and if they're Democrats, and that's what you want to be, a straight Democrat, then by all means, vote for all the Democrats you want. But for this election, doggone well, you can't vote for Biden. Just leave it blank. Just leave it blank. People say, people's mad because everybody said they're going to sit it out. If we don't get something for our vote, if we don't get like something tangible for our votes, we're going to sit on the couch. Just might do that. And people get in an uproar about that. I said the same thing. You vote policies, not people. You look at Trump, what went on when Trump was in office. I mean, just on the surface level, looks like he did everything good. It was better than what it is now. So, yes, voting for Trump makes sense. It just does. But again, the bottom line is the leader cannot look weak. So if I had to vote for policy, I might not get everything, but I can get something. At least it's going to help me out. I look like it might work in my favor. We're going with Trump. If I'm gonna vote for leadership abilities, because he's supposed to be the leader now. Because you know what this is showing the world too? That the president don't run the country. I mean, we already knew that. Everybody already knew that. The people behind the scenes with big money, big corporations, super PACs, whatever, donors. That's why we say, black folks, you got to get some money so you can get in there and vote. You don't hear like people like say the other groups, you don't see them out here campaigning, trying to gain votes and want different type of tangibles and stuff like that. Not those guys that got money, because they don't have to. All they know is, hey, when they have these dinners, these what you call these campaign dinners, these fundraising dinners for all these politicians, that's where you see those folk at doing their press, you know what I'm saying, trying to get their votes. They are there. We out here in the streets in the heat with picket signs, marching, crying, begging for something to happen, when those with the power and the money are inside eating $1,000 or $10,000 plates, smoozing, as we call it, smoozing with Congress. It's a different ball game. But like I say, it's gonna be some people who gonna vote for Biden anyway, just because they don't like Trump. But again, like I said, the smart thing to do, the easiest thing for you to do is just when you go there, just vote for whatever else that you vote for. Because I'm quite sure you're voting for policy, right? Not politics. I mean, not person. You're voting for a party. You're voting for the policy. If you go there and you're like, I like Biden's policy more than I like Trump's for whatever silly reason, but Biden just does not look good as a leader, just leave it blank. Just leave it blank. But like I said, what this is showing the world is that there are people behind the scenes that is running the country, and the presidential vote don't matter. So really what the people of this country should do is just not vote anyway. But anyway, let's see. Nancy Pelosi. What did Nancy Pelosi say? She said, former Speaker Nancy Pelosi sought to highlight the lack of fact-checking of Trump. Speaking on MSNBC, that's the Democratic news network. She conceded that Biden didn't have a good night, but she said it would be nearly impossible to competently debate someone like Trump, who CNN claimed lied more than 2,000 times during the debate. Biden did, however, agree to the terms of the debate. Quote, how can you have a legitimate debate where somebody's totally lying? You have to completely dispel their falsehoods, she said. Well, like she said, like they said, Biden agreed to it. So if Trump was really lying, your people should have prepared. You should not. You ain't have to be prepared. Like I said, you've been a lifelong politician. When he's lying, boom, you hit it. When questions are asked, I'm quite sure y'all knew the question was coming. Boom, you hit it. But I don't think, but wait a minute. If I do recall, Biden did say, I think, after every time Trump said something, even when he said his name was Donald Trump, Biden said it's a bunch of malarkey, and this guy's over here telling lies. He said, I think, everything Trump said was a lie. Let Biden tell it. So he did address it. But if he knew it was a lie, then he should have came with the statistics. But like I say, he should have known the statistics because he's been in politics all his adult life. But if somebody's lying, you ain't got to debate, just move on. But still look strong. Because, you ain't got to debate fools. That's something I learned. That's something my dad taught me a long time ago. It's like when you don't argue, let's say like marriage. Like I said, you don't argue with a woman, you don't argue with your wife. First you don't argue because a lot of times they're going to be emotional. They're going to come back and they come to fuss and holler and cuss, and you got to stay your ground. You know what I'm saying? Say what you say, say what you mean, say what you got to say one time, and that's it. And just do what you're going to do, because that's how it's going to be anyway. Because you're going to do what's best, what you know is best for everybody involved, period. Whether they like it or not, as a leader, you say it one time only. So he didn't have to debate him over lies. He'd be like, whatever, anyway, and then just move forward. So I don't know. I guess you will blame his people. Let's see. Saying a Saturday fundraiser. And on Saturday, and this is like when we talk about the fundraisers. Since Thursday's debate, the Biden team sought to reassure Democrats and donors that the president can and will continue to campaign. Now, that's the thing about it. What you need donors for if everything is about the voters? All you got to do is just get out there, get some gas money, and go see the people. right? Get on YouTube, do some videos. Get on Instagram, get on X, do some videos, right? Everybody can see it. What you need all the millions and millions and millions of dollars for? It's a campaign. If it's about the voters, you go out there and hire people to go out there and get them votes. It said on Saturday, a fundraiser with high-powered donors at the home of Democratic New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy. He said, "I understand the concern after the debate. I get it. I didn't have a great night, but I'm going to be fighting harder." Amazing. Biden is huddling with his family on Sunday at Camp David and is expected to discuss the future of his campaign. If Democrats weren't engaged in a little bit of hand wringing, they wouldn't be Democrats, Democratic Senator Raph Warnock said Sunday on Meet the Press. For their part, Republicans on Sunday reiterated that Biden's performance on Thursday night highlighted the need to elect Trump and lay bare the president's flaws. "I'm not worried about their debate performance," said Senator J.D. Vance, Republican of Ohio, who is on Trump's short list of vice presidents. I'm worried about what do these guys look like on the world stage? What do they look like in the private meetings with world leaders? And clearly Donald Trump shows he could represent our country well in that form, and Joe Biden showed that he couldn't. And like I said, that's the bottom line. It's the presentation. Your leader, who's supposed to be the face of your country, what he looks like in public and in private, trying to fight for the rights of the people. How's he presenting himself? And what we saw last week showed us everything we need to know. He does not need to be president. You can put Democrats, put somebody else up there. It don't matter, because I'm sure there's going to be some people who are going to vote Democrat anyway. Just put somebody up there. If y'all hate Trump so much, you can put anybody up there as a Democratic nominee, and they'll get all the Democrat votes, because like a video I did earlier, people are just voting against Donald Trump. They're not voting for Biden. They're voting against Donald Trump. Understand that and roll with that. But anyway, that's all I got. Tell me what you think about this story. Leave comments below. Share it with the world. Let's dialogue. You know how we do around here. Support the channel. There's 4 ways you can support. It doesn't cost you a dime. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All 4 cost you no more than maybe a couple of minutes out your day, and I'll appreciate that so much. But if you do want to support monetarily, you can do super thanks, super chats, and you can go to the description box. There are links there that you can click on to help support that way, which includes going to marlonmorale.com, where you can get perfumes, colognes, silk do-rags, silk scarves, beard kits, the works, all luxury items for a fraction of what those high-end stores and names are charging. Same products, same everything. I mean, like same quality, same fabric, same thing. marlonmorale.com. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.